And we're back here with game number 2, Join Dota League Season 3, Division 2 America. No Fear Dota versus Found New Friends. And to be honest, I think they mistaken some friends with the arrow. I don't know, Miyago, he found so many arrows that game that was, I think it was on a 70 to 80% accuracy on his arrow there. And these arrows were without setup. These weren't like lame arrows like disruption, nightmare, no bullshit. He was just fishing with the arrows and always guessing right. I don't know how many max duration arrows he found this game, but it was just amazing. Plus his tri-lane worked out. It was just great. NFD definitely having the better laning stage, and from there on a snowball started. Nobody could stop it, not even like some nice attempts of Found New Friends. But new draft means new game means new luck and new heroes, new laning stage. Maybe this time it goes right instead of, looking back on game number 1. My name is HeflaTV, casting here with Grandis We, looking into the new draft, and let's enjoy this game.
Well, the bans are pretty standard fare for the current meta. Well, we have Doomface's Void banned out by No Fear Dota, and Tidehunter banned out by Found New Friends, and Lycanthrope also banned. This will leave the Tinker in the pool, unlike the first game, and No Fear Dota are going to go ahead and pick that up. That's a very scary first pick, and the burden's going to be on Found New Friends to deal with it. Currently, they have a Brewmaster and Shadow Shaman. Brewmaster is decently good at catching out the Tinker once he has a Blink Dagger, but nothing compared to a Storm or Clockwork.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, Brewmaster, Shadow Shaman, I definitely like it. Brewmaster, unfortunately, getting thrown. Jesus, I hate that hero. But, of course, it's an awesome hero, especially when it comes to mid-game, because there it's just too strong, unless you have, like, really nice damage to just burn down the Fire Panda, which is the highest DPS Bruling out there. Like, we see sometimes teams, like, just sticking around, burning down the Fire Panda, and then trying to run away till the ultimate fades. I think this is definitely a nice approach, unless you have enough damage to kill all the Brewlings. But till then, the Brewmaster is of course a dangerous thing. We have like a quadruple CC coming out with 2 Cyclones as well as 2 Boulder Tosses plus the mini Radiants, and yeah, let's see how the laning actually goes. Tinker, of course, that is now interesting. Like the Tinker, we saw so many different builds in the last 2 weeks alone. A lot of Tinker builds, but I don't know, like a lot of Tinkers started to use the Soulstone build, and I just can't support it. Then again, we had some Tinkers going for a combat build, some really successful, some where it completely failed because they just didn't get the farm together they needed. And in the end, they ended up not having enough margin machine there to fast farm the BOTs, so we had like really delayed BOTs coming out. But let's see what kind of build we have. No Fear Dota, they seem very disciplined and very, I don't know, well executed and well thought through with their strategy and draft. So I think we're gonna see the traditional margin machines, farming, maybe support stacking for him, maybe ancients even. So I don't fear anything experimental here.
Yeah, more than likely not. I don't know, a well-executed Tinker is very scary to go up against. Scarlet Mage also going to be picked up by No Fear Dota, gives him good hard silence. Up against the Brewmaster, always something good to have. But Scarlet Mage, we've seen plenty of them. And, well, Found New Friends are going to go ahead and pick up the Mirana. Last game we saw Shadow Shaman Mirana work out very well. In fact, Mirana, I don't know, pretty much got most of his arrows without any setup. But early on in the laning phase, the Shackles into arrow combo was utilized decently well. And, I don't know, let's see how Found New Friends are going to use it for themselves. It is a good spell to catch vision of the Tinker if he is blinking in the trees, as you can throw those if you expect where the Tinker is going to blink towards. I don't know, as you were saying earlier about the Bloodstone, I absolutely love it on Tinker. It allows him to stay out on the map very often, but still I don't think you get it as your first item. I don't know, let's see. No Fear Dota are going to go ahead and pick themselves up a Disruptor. Disruptor, never really a bad hero. I don't know, just a solid support all around. I don't really see what it's going to be used for here. Glimpse with Brewmaster has some interesting interactions with his ultimate. It's good against Mirana, especially in lane, if they do decide to go aggressive or leave the Mirana towards the off lane.
That's actually a good question. With the call there, I mean, Found New Friends with Brewmaster Mirana and then 2 supports around them, this has to be a farm in Mirana. And I think it might actually be a safe lane Mirana, just like Miyago played it on No Fear Dota, and then on the other side, or for their side, we're gonna get another offlane on the 5th pick. Or maybe I'm totally wrong, maybe this is another aggressive tri-lane approach with another farmer and then alone on the safe lane. Brewmaster versus Tinker. What do you say about this? What do you expect?
There's a lot of mischance in that lane. It's annoying for Tinker to lane up against a Brewmaster, but on the same token, it's annoying for the Brewmaster to lane up against the Tinker. Tinker especially good at melee heroes because of the March of the Machine spam. Very good at harassing them down. The mischance isn't going to help you with that. I don't know, it's a fairly even lane. I think both heroes should be able to farm. The Tinker needs to be careful once Brewmaster gets level 6, but before then, mostly you're not going to see very many kills unless the supports rotate. This Tinker is played on the dire side, so he's not going to have easy access to his own Ancients. So if they do have those stacked, it will be pretty much from a support, and more than likely he's just going to be abusing the double stack that you can do with the large camp and medium camp on the dire side.
Yep, absolutely clockwork. Oh no, this one really gives me a headache because Keep of the Light, Shadow Shaman, and even Mirana after the leap targets are really vulnerable against the clockwork. Also a Brewmaster that tries to get out his ultimate. Even though the Brewmaster, what most people don't know, like the ticks, like assume you're alone in the cogs, and the clockwork is in there, and then the assault is ticking, the battery assault. Like the ticks between the battery assault and the cast timer of the ultimate primal split, the primal split is lower. That means a panda can always get. I mean, you know what happens, for example, to Earthshaker against Clockwork. He will never get his cast through. Not the enchant totem, not the fissure, nothing, because the cast animation is just too long for the ticks. The Brewmaster, however, he gets his ultimate through. So catching a Brewmaster before his ultimate, it doesn't help you really. Like you need a silence on top of it. I mean, they have it. They have a silence. They have a mystic flare. But of course, you need to use those seconds stun you have available, and these are like only 1 second on level 1 hookshot and then 2 seconds on the maximum. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, No Fear Dota also have the Clockwork Skyreth Mage synergy, which is pretty much just like shooting fish in a barrel. You cog somebody in, and then you drop the Mystic Flare on top, and that's pretty much a dead hero, especially when you have the Ancient Seal on top of them. So I don't think anybody on Found New Friends is really safe with those two on the board. Also, something we didn't talk about earlier is, I don't know, that magic amplification with the Tinker. If Tinker ever builds into a Dagon, his combo is going to do an absolutely ridiculous amount of damage. That's without Ethereal Blade. Once he has Ethereal Blade, I'm not sure there's a hero in the game that can really stand up to that. A full combo from Skyreth Mage and Tinker with Ancient Seal.
Not much you can do there. So I'm really looking forward for something that can, I don't know, give me, I don't know, some positive input in this draft. I mean, so far, yes, you have a Brewmaster that might actually secure something.
Positive. I love this. I don't know. Sure.
I don't. A Pudge.
I love it because it's a Pudge, not because it's a good pick. It's good at picking off the Tinker, and if you can snowball out of control completely, it's nice. But, yeah. I don't know, No Fear Dota, it just feels like they have a more well-rounded draft, and even if Found New Friends are playing evenly against them, I don't think they're going to be able to do much of anything. Keeper of Light feels kind of out of place. I don't know, the spam is going to be nice to delay the push a little bit, but No Fear Dota don't really have to rely on a full-in push, and if the creeps die, so be it. Tinker can just go to another lane, and I don't know, he's not really teleporting people around the map for global presence either. I don't know, we'll have to see how it's going to pan out. Yeah. I hope to be pleasantly surprised.
To be honest, I could have imagined this Pudge pick. Like, I'm actually always open for exotic drafts and stuff like that. But I mean, a Pudge pick after you pick the Coddle, I just don't see the Coddle happening. That's the problem. At the moment, the Mirana is a single core, and the Brewmaster is the one who's like buying time and some counter push coming out here and there. But I just don't see this happening, because at the moment, as it stands, we have 3 targets, potentially 4 with a silence on the Panda that get just nuked down later by the Tinker. And I don't even want to talk about hookshots or any other setups when it comes to ganks and the Weaver. The single core pretty much, I mean, not the single core, but like the physical output coming by NFD will be by the Weaver sooner or later. And the longer this game goes, the more unlikely it gets that FNF is here winning this. But either way, we still introduce the teams, and I take this time the side with the easy names. RZG is playing here, the Shadow Shaman. Then we have, of course, Nera. Oh, I'm stupid. I took again the wrong side. Damn it. Nera Nap is here on the Mirana. In the mid, we're gonna have Exiled, then FD. That's, I guess, how you pronounce it, on the Brewmaster, and Spooky on the Keeper of Light.
And on the side of NFD, we're going to have 90_06 on the Disruptor. And Tinker is going to be taken up by Maple. The Clockwork, played by Captain Falcon. Skyreth Mage is going to be handled by ARF, who played the Shadow Shaman last game, and Migo, going to be playing on the Weaver. I don't know. They don't really have a lot of ways to deal with this Weaver. If he gets up a Lincoln Sphere or a BKB, he's pretty much going to be immortal. All they really have to keep him in place is the Shadow Shaman's lockdown. And speaking of the Shadow Shaman, has an Invis to start things off, and Tinker might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Yep, absolutely. They have to slow, and all the damage, and now it's coming out. There is still a laser, but with all these right clicks, it should be enough, even though there is... Oh my god! Right click! There we go.
Maple finally falls to one more from our CG. I don't know, a very unfortunate level 1 rune. I thought that kinetic field might have been enough. But yeah, with that, Pudge is off to a good start, has level 2 before the Tinker, and I don't know. I think
You're
that's
happy, right? You want to see that Pudge being successful.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. If that Invis rune wasn't there, I don't think there would have been a possibility of a kill. Shadow Shaman is going to smoke up very interestingly. I don't know, it doesn't have boots or anything. Well, actually, it does have boots coming out to himself on the Courier after getting the first blood gold. So he will have a way to get in range for the Shackles and might be able to make something happen on the Tinker yet again. This is a great way to deal with the Tinker. Just gank him right now. There's not a lot they can do before he gets March leveled up. It's fairly easy to do.
But the Tinker suspects. The Tinker already suspects he's going bottom here. He might want to get that rune. I don't know. But yeah,
He's stacking Ancients and then going for rune.
Yep, he knows. He knows very well what's going on here. We have to look at the top line there. We have to call against the Brewmaster against here the Weaver. It's a double ranged versus 1 melee, 1 ranged, and of course, oh yeah, he's going here for the Illuminate spam. And look at the Illuminate, it's doing quite a ton. Miyago has to use already the Salve.
Yeah, I don't know, this lane wasn't the one I expected, but I can see it working out fairly well for them, being able to spam out those claps without having to Bottle Crow is going to be very nice for the Brewmaster, and as you said, just the harass coming out from the Coddle is really keeping them at bay, at least in the laning stage.
Yep, absolutely, and oh, there is, yeah, the Rasta actually got the double damage rune, and the Tinker saw it, he actually blinked it out. He's staying, of course, as far as possible away now, even using the laser just to get the thing going. But of course, if you get a Shackle up, that's a good thing to go. Oh, but we have to go here on Coddle, and Coddle knows he's dying, so he's going for the Illuminate. Maybe there is a follow-up here by the Panda, guaranteed crit. Now he needs 2 more right clicks, 2. But oh, he's a bit stuttering around the trees, but it's still enough. The problem is now he's not gonna get out of this. Oh, with the stick charge, it's actually a new Thunderclap here, and this might be enough. Another crit. The Illuminate is enough to get the Disruptor down. So in the end, a trade that was kinda worth it. It's a 2-2 trade. Only problem is the one who is supposed to get the farm got all the experience in the farm. Miyago here, that little bug.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think at that point Brewmaster made the best of the situation that he was given. A little unfortunate that he wasn't able to clean up Miyago. He didn't have Shikuchi available and was incredibly low, but just no other spells or no support that could be inbound.
Yeah, what I'm pretty impressed by is the performance of the Clockwork at the moment. He went for a 2-1-1 build at the moment, and it's quite successful. He drives out the Marana, forces the Marana into using all of his tangos. There are side pulls happening by the Shadow Shaman, helping him to get back some lane control, but in the end, the Clockwork managed to get 12 CS, and the Marana is pretty much on the same, now a bit ahead, of course, because the Creep Wave just reached the tower, but even there he misses some CS, and that's not very positive. But look at this Illuminate spam here by the Coddle. It's so far quite decently working out, and to be honest, also the Brewmaster getting here in there Chakra Magic, which means he can spam his Thunderclap, and Thunderclap hurts. It really does hurt.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, this Pudge is quite literally almost not missed a CS this game, sitting at almost 30 at 4 minutes in. I don't know, just absolutely crazy farm, especially when compared to the next highest, which is below half of his, and it's on the Marana, in fact. The Clockwork is also sitting neck and neck, but top. Yeah, they're going to throw the Thunderstrike the way of the Coddle with the Arcane Bolt flying through as well. Spooky's falling fairly low. He's trying to illuminate before he dies. He's going to be able to land it at least on 2. Will the damage be there from the Brewmaster? It will on the Skywrath Mage, but it looks like he's going to lose his life here. Misses one of those auto attacks from the Weaver. Caught between the trees a little bit. Yeah, he does have the stick charges. Looking for the collapse on the Disruptor. Not going to be able to find it. Not going to turn for Miyago. Actually cancels the animation midway. If Miyago comes out of the Shukuchi, he has a little bit of a window to go for this. He's not going to be able to find the range, however. Oh, going to go for it. Illuminate! Oh my goodness, cleaning up that kill on the Weaver. I did not think that would happen, but in the end, Tinker also going to die in the mid. Looks like Pudge. Shoot hook, hit hook, and dismember the poor Tinker in the mid lane. But yeah, I don't know, Weaver falling in top. What a wonderful turn of events for FNF. Yep. And this fairly odd draft is seeming to work out for them.
It's so far it's working very well. I mean, they're 3 kills ahead, except for the Mirana. Like, everybody's doing quite fine in the lane at the moment. The Pudge won his lane with the first blood and now the follow-up kill. But oh, there's a go now. But unfortunately, the Panda ultimate is already out, and that is really, really bad. There is a nice setup here at the same time, but unfortunately, oh, will that be enough? The second Boulder Toss will come out now, exactly now, and with the Fire Panda, that should be enough. Miyago is still around, but he has to be careful with the next Thunderclap. No, does he have enough mana? That's the question. Where's the Chakra Magic? It's on cooldown, unfortunately, but the Clockwork is coming in. But the Pudge is so too. The problem is he's being interrupted. He can't really channel his ultimate. Oh, the Panda being locked in there. Now they're just clapping him down. Oh, but the ultimate, I say, the hook is getting the neutral instead of the Panda. This Wildkin.
Yeah, the Wildkin walked in just the perfect angle to intercept that hook earlier on in the fight. Clockwork actually hooked into creeps, but no, the Weaver's going to die to the Pudge.
Yep, he just got that random hook out easy. But that Wildkin is really, like, to be honest, write that down, Grandis. We're gonna highlight this because this was just hilarious. This was just hilarious. That is minute 6. The Wildkin helping NFD here, like just running in the way, like, oh no, you shall not hook the Panda out there.
Yep, I don't know, Pudge, he's gonna go for Arcane Boots here. He smoked himself up, looking for a kill on this Tinker. They have the backup coming out from the Brewmaster. If he's able to hook this Tinker is very dead, but Tinker playing very defensively as of now.
Oh,
Pudge
look at the
looking for the
Mirana.
big wraparound, and Maple looks like he's pretty dead. I don't know, let's see if they're going to be able to combo these spells correctly.
Yep, the Mirana
Exiled.
just got out.
No way.
Let's see.
Not enough range on that hook to land on Maple.
Oh,
Disruptor,
Pudge.
however, he's going to walk straight into the Pudge, dismembered across the kinetic field, and now an easy hook actually glimpses him back with his dying breath. But more than anything, just going to help Exiled.
This Pudge is actually working out. I can't even believe it. He doesn't have a single point in Flash Heap, obviously, yet, but he should have like 4 stacks or so. But in the meantime, they just get the poor Shadow Shaman down. Like, that was hook shot, and then the rest of the damage just came there. Rocket, Assault, Battery Assault. Even the Moonlight Shadow couldn't do anything, but the Pudge is on the way, and he already got a kill on the Weaver. Why not a second time? The time lapse still 8 seconds on cooldown, so if, then now. But he's TPing top. He wants to go back to the lane.
Yeah, so Pudge's rotation is going to be for Not. He'll be able to soak up a little bit of this farm, but more than likely he's just going to rotate off of this lane and leave that room for the Mirana. I don't know, Clockwork's been doing a great job in this game. He rotated around very effectively after picking up that level 6 and got his levels up very early.
Is chasing Spooky. He has time lapse, so he can definitely get him. He didn't skill his ultimate, which I don't understand. Now we have a Shackle here on the Weaver, but no follow-up whatsoever. The tower won't help you here. The Panda is there, but no Blink Dagger on him. He has the funny thing is he has almost a goal for the Blink Dagger, but in the end it just won't be enough.
Yeah, he has mana for his ultimate, but not for Thunderclap and ulti. He's going to glimpse back the Brewmaster into the rest of the team. They're going to silence him up. Can't get the ultimate off now. He's able to stick up, and, well, that's going to be the end of that for now.
Yep, but
Clockwork looking for the hook. He catches it onto the Shadow Shaman and hooks in both of them. The Cuddle and the Shadow Shaman. It looks like the Cuddle's going to die as well. Spooky looking for the Illuminate, only does a fraction of the damage. Now blink forward by the Brewmaster after picking up that gold, but it's not able to do much. Hook off the mark coming out from Exiled, not going to land, and in the end, 2 kills for the Clockwork. And well, that early advantage by FNF has pretty much been given away.
Absolutely, like the Clockwork making the plays here at the moment. That Cuddle just came back from the fountain. He was just 2 minutes, pretty much, 2 seconds here, and that was already enough to just get him. Oh, but a hook, oh, he gets him, he gets the Disruptor. That should be enough for a kill, but now he's boxed in here. But the Panda is coming.
Yeah, Panda's able to stun up the Scarlet Mage, throws the Clockwork up in the air as the rest of Battery Assault takes down Hook from the Pudge after the buyback. Secures
Oh, and the
himself another
Clockwork.
Flesh Shape
Is there
charge,
bullet
anything to
toss?
cancel it. Cyclone!
Oh, what?
He
What?
needed to Cyclone there.
Oh, that was some bad microing by the Pro Master here. He was able to interrupt that TP, but he just did not. Oh, now the Mirana really low, but oh, the leap is going wrong, and now he's just getting glimpsed back, and Clockwork is disconnecting, but we are looking at a dead Mirana. The bug is on him, nothing he can do. 130, next Gemini attack is already ready, and yeah, this Mirana is dead, making it 11-11 here in the 9th minute.
Yep. I don't know, kind of a cool place to pause mid-glimpse, but still. Unfortunate that the Clockwork DC, not sure how long he's been sitting there. I think it's just been for a split second after he respawned. Oh, no, he TP'd back to base.
Nope, that's not gonna work, but I don't know, what I don't understand at the moment is that the Coddle didn't pick up his ultimate. I know he really wanted to go for the 4 points Illuminate and then Chakra Magic, but you saw like these were like 2 situations already where he could have done something with the Blinding Light, just pushing the Clockwork out of the cogs, or like when the Weaver was chasing him under the tower, just giving that mischance on the Weaver so he had to take even more hits off the tower. It would have been so much more value, like this 1 point in the ultimate, but he just didn't skill it. He wanted to go for that 4 points into Illuminate. It really, this is a very unfortunate choice. Twice he could have changed the situation quite significantly, but yeah, that 1 point sometimes changes games.
Yeah, definitely. Also, we've been able to get a longer Illuminate off inside the Clockwork cogs, but that's negligible. I definitely don't agree with the 3rd point in Chakra Magic. Well, as far as the Tinker's concerned, he's been able to pick up a little bit more cohesion as they've kind of left him alone. And if you look at the net worth here, pretty much the top, let's see, 6? Or am I miscounting? No, that's... yeah, that's 5. It's hard to see with the different colors. Either way, they're pretty much neck and neck. And Tinker is looking for a fairly decent time at his Boots of Trouble, although not the fastest. On the Radiant side, usually you're able to pick them up a bit faster, but with this triple stack that he's going to make for himself, as well as the Soul Ring, he'll be well on his way.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, the Tinker had a bad start. Like, overall, NFT has a bad start. The funny part is that, like, the supports are like, more farmed than anyone else, but they got, again, what they wanted. Like, they have 2 Arcanes at the moment. The only one that worries me a bit is Miyago. He got all the XP from all those fights, but, like, when it comes to farm, look at his net worth. He is on number 6 at the moment. The Pudge is leading with the Clockwork. Like, those 2 hookers, it's funny to say that, hookers, they're really making the game at the moment. But also the Panda, not bad, even though like his last play showed that he's not playing a flawless Panda. Like that Clockwork kill given away, that was a bad thing to have there. And maybe the Clockwork was like panically smashing his keyboard there, and because he thought he was like getting cycloned, but in the end he got out. I don't know why the Panda, because strangely enough the Wind Panda, the Bruling, it actually auto-attacked the Clockwork, and when I clicked on it, the Cyclone was still there. It was available, so it was really just the miss micro of him making this nice escape for the Clockwork.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like Weaver's not going to be building boots this game. I don't know. Just with his current items, I'm not sure if you go for them. I don't know. What are your thoughts on bootsless Weaver?
The boots on Weaver, or no boots on Weaver, well, that's absolutely fine. Like, he needs other items first, and he's on max movement speed anyway when he has Chikuchi up, so that's just fine. Like sometimes we go to see Weavers like going for PTs, but it's mostly for the stat purpose rather than the Chikuchi or like the non-Chikuchi movement speed. But I don't know, here in this situation, like he was lucky at the first some ganks in those tri lanes because he was alive and only the supports died around him, which gives him like the XP he has right now. But when it comes to farm, he died twice there, and yeah, from there on, like he couldn't really farm. He was just busy all the time chasing someone. The only little light at the end of the tunnel was of course that Coddle solo kill and the pressure on the Mirana. But yeah, his farm is gonna change. Of course, he's gonna get another 100 gold, 120, 130 gold here on that from that Mirana kill. And Mirana is dead. I mean, she is 100% death. Like what we see here is the slowest death of all times.
Agreed. Let's see. I don't know, we have some pings coming out from the Pudge. Probably anticipating that the Tinker is here, just marking the map over the Dire Ancients.
Yeah, I don't know, Exile. No, she's just bored. He's a
Tic-tac-toe.
yeah, tic-tac-toe. Oh wait. Oh, there. Eat my ass. Okay. As I said, he's a very bored guy. He reminds me actually of you know, a child that is just, I don't know, having to sit somewhere and wait for something, absolutely impatient, and then things like this come out. Either way, the Clockwork is back. He just reconnected. We just have to wait till the game actually tells us that he is reconnected. We'll be there in just a second, and then we're just waiting for the G, and it should come right now. Yep, there it is. Clockwork reconnected. G is coming out, and now we are watching the death of the Marana in 2, 1. Dead. Okay,
Does
that
a
was
decent
like
amount of
2,
damage
1,
to
1.5.
yeah. Does a decent amount of damage to the Disruptor with that last Starstorm getting the double drop onto the Disruptor. But yeah, in the end, just anticipating that kill. Let's see. Tinker was able to make the triple stack with the timing that he had while walking up the hill, and he should be able to clean this out with one more march, possibly 2.
Yep, so the Golden Flux is coming. It's not enough quite yet for the BOTs, but if he goes in his own jungle there, like getting at the dual point here, the mid camp, that should be just fine. So he only has to go once back, but oh, Shadow Shaman coming, but he, look at it, 50% damage, just like that, by moving through it. The Martian Machines, that is.
And all of a sudden, Tinker's at the top of the net worth chart. Fairly surprisingly, just so much roaming. TP cancelled up to the top lane, expecting a Pudge Hook possibly. Might have been able to go for a Nai, but in the end, going to be given the way of the Radiant.
Yep, and there's a Blink, but Exile is like, oh, the Cuddle, why you missed the last hit? Stupid Cuddle.
Yep. Well, Pudge is going to go over to the side shot, pick himself up a TP scroll. Although he was able to get off to a very good early start, it's kind of slowed down for the Pudge, or maybe it was just the pause. I don't know. A lot of his ganks have failed because of just being sniffed out by NFT, TPing to the other side of the map, or otherwise just avoiding where the Pudge would be. Clockwork does have Hookshot off of cooldown, so I'd look to see him use that. If he's able to find the Coddle or the Shadow Shaman, a fairly easy solo kill. But he might save it for something even bigger.
Yep, let's see, I'm more worried about the Tinker, because he needs those neutral stacks, but funny part is that the Clockwork is actually the one farming the neutrals now, so that's kind of a bit a strange world, because with those 2 camps, the Tinker would have gotten his BOTs, so this way he's still away from it, and the Pudge might actually find someone here.
Oh, poor Skywrath Mage. Where are they going to go, however? They don't have a hook out. Everybody's invis under bottom ulti. Throws the hook, and it misses.
God.
Oh, unfortunate for Exile. Putting that ultimate to poor use. The Brewmaster's going to blink in. It looks like he's going to get the skill and make with the arrow to follow up. They sure will. And now they're going to throw the Disruptor up in the air, try to chase down the Clockwork. He won't be able to get that arrow, or hook, excuse me. Going to be off the mark. He drops the Disruptor down to the ground, gets the second boulder toss off. He needs to back off with the Earth Panda. He's got between enemy lines, and now the static score going to drop with Skywrath Mage. Ulti is just taking too much damage. We'll be able to get the kill on him with the bring back from the Disruptor. They'll be able to pick up in the third missed hook coming out from Exiled.
Wow, Pudge, what are you doing there? Having such a nice start and then just missing on the hooks. I don't know why they didn't get the Skywrath Mage there. I think that was an easy and safe kill, even before the Disruptor could do anything, or just getting the Disruptor before he was that far out of range. But I don't know, he was just hesitating on his hook, waiting till, I don't know, everybody is coming. But in the end, that didn't work out that well. In the end, it's a Tinker for Panda, and oh, there's an arrow! Missing here, like not missing, it's on the Skywrath Mage, and that should be a kill. Or, yeah, the hook is actually getting him in, and the Clockwork just hooking in, but he's already down now. Negative earn charge, and those ticks, it should be enough on the Disruptor. Yes, there it is. Do we have another hook maybe on the Tinker? He's going invisible, but March of the Machines, you really don't want to stand here. This is definitely a tier 1 tower, and F, like with this mid engagement, striking back and being successful with it. The Tinker still not having the BOTs because he just died before it, of course, and the Pudge is hunting him.
Oh, come on, go for the hook, go for the hook. Exiled, he gets it. Tinker's dead before. Oh, the March of Machines might get the kill on Exiled, but a very high priority kill. And Exiled, he's living TP away. Will he be able to make it? He will. Tinker dying another time before his BOTs. These are going to be so delayed. Well, I say that 15 minutes is not bad for Boots of Travel and Soul Ring, but it's not great either. Usually 15, you want to be finishing your Blink Dagger.
Yeah, absolutely. To be honest, I really think it was absolutely stupid of the Clockwork to take away the Tinker 2 camps there. Like, I mean, he was farming those 2 mid camps when the Tinker was 150 gold away from the BOTs, and now they're paying the price. Oh, but the TP here on Miyago, and their ultimate is coming through. The Thunderclap is finishing that job. Jesus Christ, he really shouldn't have TP'd there inside of all those heroes. And the Master Balls, they're gonna finish the tower. The Panda's coming in to get the last hit, but no, Panda is actually getting through another hook, but this one is not gonna find anything. Another arrow. Man, I have to follow with the camera here all the time. So many projectiles and hooks coming out. Either way, FNF having like a good run after 3 miss hooks. We had 2 that actually landed, 2 that ended up in a kill, 2 towers coming, and let's see, a Moonlight Shadow is coming, but I think this one got spotted out. Oh, another arrow, but flying! Not flying, or rather, I don't know, bouncing too, but oh, the Skywrath Mage, he was hit. Is there... Oh, Brewmaster. Look at it. He just missed his blink. The March of the Machines interrupted his blink dagger, so he just thunderclapped the ground, and that's it. Some oxygen less. That's it.
I don't know, there's still hope for FNF here, and, well, I'd say that they have the lead, at least for now, but will they be able to actually end this game early enough? I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Like, the biggest problem, the biggest problem against here NFD is going high ground against March of Machines, but they have a hook. With that hook they can fish. They also have an arrow, and with that arrow they can fish into the high ground and getting there, here and there, some pickups, or maybe even fishing with the arrow and then getting the hook, the guaranteed hook, because obviously the target is not moving. That might be interesting. The Panda doesn't care about the March of Machine spam to defend the base, so let's see if that's coming out. But for now, they want to go systematically. Tier 1 tower is falling, and NFT can't really do anything against it, doesn't want to do anything against this, and now it's about the Tier 2 tower. Sure, before this is gonna, I don't know, end up in a fight. We're showing the graphs, NFF always having the advantage, but oh, that arrow! Beautifully done.
Disruptor gets caught out by it with the Thunderclap to follow it up. They'll be able to bring him down very quickly. Yeah, I don't know, Boots of Travel finished up by the Tinker. I don't know, it's 16 minutes thereabout. Just not the farm you want him to have, and at this point, a Tinker without map control really isn't all that effective. His access to the Ancients is going to be pretty much completely denied with this Tier 2 falling, and I don't know, Tier 2 tower up top is not looking too healthy, and this jungle really isn't all that safe, especially when you have Exiled roaming there and going for some fishing hooks, arrows flying, Blink Brewmasters. It's not a very good map for a Tinker to be on without a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, absolutely. That Tinker, he's just not happy, and he also doesn't get the support of his team. The support he deserves and should, because I think it's just too strong of a hero. But now they want to go in Roshan, and I think we might actually see a contest here.
Honestly, I think they'll be able to get it, but if they do come over and try to catch this out, they should be able to combo their spells fairly well. I'm not sure they expect this, however. Well, here comes the pings, and they should know what's going on at least now.
Yeah,
with the mischance on... Yeah.
It's just too late.
And now the Clockwork Flare.
The Clockwork could hookshot in, but I don't know, they're quite hesitant at the moment. They don't want to get hooked, but look at it, they're just finishing off. The Mirana has to tank up quite a lot though, but yeah, she's getting the gold as well as the ages, and now the question is there something coming? There's just a new ward here, which gives some nice vision, but oh, the arrow on the Tinker! Maple, you shoot that.
Well, in the meantime, Exiled was looking for a kill on the Weaver, but Timelapse was able to come out before he got enough damage. So yeah, Tinker getting caught out in the bottom lane. I don't know, it's just, the game hasn't been going well for the Tinker. He's 0-5-0. Hasn't been involved in a single kill, which is actually incredibly surprising, especially considering March of the Machines not giving him any assists. I don't know. Yeah.
Yep, that Tinker, as I said, it's not his game. He lost to Smith, and after that his team didn't really support him. The only support he got was stacking the Ancients, but even that he had to do on his own. So I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand. Like, the biggest mistake was not giving him those 2 chems and the Clockwork just farming, so that delayed his BOTs by more than 5 minutes. He died twice in it before he got the BOTs. Like, with those BOTs he could have done split push while the team fights were lost here on NFD's side, or he could have just come back and reach in full and then just spam some more rockets. You saw with sometimes how low HP they actually survived the entire thing, but let's see. They want to go systematically for the towers. Tier 2, the rocket is doing here and there some damage, but overall, of course, there will be enough for the Tier 2 tower. I think if it Master Promotes come out, but we have Exiled, I don't know, TPing back, but this is just to fill his bottle, and he's getting recalled by Mr. Kotol.
Yep, one of the things that you can do with Keeper of Light on your team, just making good use of their spells. There's not really a better way to use it with their team composition currently. Their team not the best at split pushing. Maybe you leave the Mirana in the lane by herself and recolor in, but with her item she doesn't push incredibly fast. Last tier tower is going to fall, and I don't know, NFD aren't going to be able to get anything else from off the map. Tinker tries to put a low pressure on bottom, and it does drop to about half health, but at this point the tier 1s really don't matter all that much.
Yep, and there's also Observer Ward now coming up here on that little pop hill, but nobody is really dewarding, and we also don't have a gem on this side, so yeah, they see exactly what's going on. But oh god, what was Potch doing there? And he's getting glimpsed back and ending up in the cogs again. He's so that this is also a dominating streak here. What was he doing there?
I don't know. Exile just had some very interesting plays, playing incredibly aggressively. That time it went very punished, and will force his team back at least for the time being.
But I don't know, how did he get on that high ground? Was he force stuffed? Does anyone have a force stuff on the team? No, nobody has a force stuff. So
I think he was going. Okay, I think what happened is the Mirana shot an arrow into the base. It got vision of the Skywrath Mage. I at least saw that. And then I think he wanted to go for the Skywrath Mage, but didn't see the other heroes around. So when he blinked into the base to get the hook, he just got completely caught out of position. I don't know. I wasn't watching there because I didn't think he'd do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just came in by the time I saw a Potch suddenly standing in the base on the high ground, and well, that was definitely not a good idea. Either way, Cardle's ultimate is okay. It's still up. No Arcanum Scepter yet, but it seems like he wants to go for it. I guess it's okayish. I mean, the Keeper of Light, he really tries to farm a lot. He's the mech carrier, Tranquil's on top, and I don't know, he's still a far away from the Arcanum Scepter, but when it comes out, of course, it's quite a nuisance against NFD, but still, nothing you can do against, I don't know, Magical Burst, for example. It takes only the Weaver, but the Weaver also can time-lapse, and then the debuff is just gone, so it's just more or less a delay, because there's not much magical damage, physical damage coming out by NFD.
Well, and speaking of the Weaver, this Weaver is absolutely dirt poor. He went back for the power treads after the casual Ring of Health. Since they were fighting a lot, and he just wanted those extra stats to do as much damage as possible. But still, he's not going to have a Link Sphere for quite some time, and let alone a damage item. Honestly, I think at this point he might just be saving up for a damage item, maybe pick up a Desolator. I don't know, just so that they can do something about FNF when they come in their base. I don't know, nobody's really been farming very well on either side. We're 20 minutes in, and the highest CS is on the Weaver at 93. It's just been a game all about action, seeing at about 2.5 kills a minute, or 1.5 kills a minute.
Yep, absolutely, and the Potch is sitting here top, but so far nobody really wants to go for that, and
he's waiting for the Tinker. Yep. Tinker's not going to go there. Tinker does have the Blink Dagger, so that's something. In about 21.5 minutes, his item progression has just been completely slowed down by the couple of deaths.
But in the mid, there's a go here on the Disruptor, and there's no arrow available, but it should be enough. He just got shackled, but that was just a corpse, pretty much. Like, they have to be careful because there's no leap on the Mirana, but yeah, they get out. They get away with murder, and I'm really curious because FNF knows, okay guys, we have advantage. XP and gold for sure, we're 7 kills ahead, the Weaver is pretty poor as well as the Tinker, and we should go high ground before the entire thing really is a 3-2-2 game, but it doesn't really seem they are on the same, I don't know, page with that, because the Panda is just farming here, they're just getting here and there a pick off. The next Roshan is also no option because it takes ages till this one is coming back. The Mirana actually losing her ages in about 30 seconds, so I think the window of pushing high ground was really given away by Exiled with that high ground stunt he pulled.
Yes. I don't know, yeah. It's definitely not over for them, but I don't know, even though they're ahead, it just doesn't feel like they have an easy way to go up high ground. I think at some point you just need to do it. Before it is too late, before the Weaver actually picks up an item, and before Tinker... I don't know, at this point Tinker's already a nuisance, just TPing around the map and split farming.
But you can't really push out the lanes, that's the problem. Like, at the moment all 3 lanes are really like easy in reach of going high ground, but let's see. I mean, maybe they try to go high ground on like 2 separate lanes or something like that, or bait out Macho Machine.
Oh,
There's
down the bottom onto Miyago. Miyago's focused down before he gets up time lapse, or Shikuchi. Scarlet Mage ultimate not landing on anything. They get a nice static storm, kinetic field combo.
Oh, the
But
arrow!
arrow to fly. He gets the kill on the Scarlet Mage fairly easily. He's come back into the rest of his team. Serpent Wards drop down onto the tier 3 tower, and Weaver disconnects.
Yeah, we were disconnected. I hope this
They're
is not
probably going to, pause once he respawns. But for now, we're not going to wait for him.
Well, does he have even buyback? I mean, in theory,
He does.
yeah, he has buyback, but the TP, I say, the pause was not coming out instantly, but I guess they also don't need it. This tier 3 tower already got about 30% damage, and what an anticlimax, yeah.
Even if the Weaver bought back, like, I'm not sure it would really do much. He just doesn't do any damage in these team fights, and I don't know. He wants to save his money so he can get an item. I think if he buys back, that's, I don't know, not really going to accomplish anything. They should lose this tier 3 tower at the very least.
Yeah, I mean the tier 3 tower, unless there's a buyback on the Weaver and they can defend it. The problem is at the moment, like, there's no much of a machine spam whatsoever. Like, I don't know. We were lacking, definitely lagging game 1, but that is just, yeah, just some shit talk coming out here. The Shadow Shaman has to be careful though. I mean, he's gonna tank up the next some tower blows. Keep of the Light already spamming his to illuminate. The Panda relatively low, but he still has his ultimate if he wants to. I think they gotta be really careful. If there's a buyback, I mean, now both teams can analyze who got what, etc. And the hookshot, for example, is really, really dangerous. Hookshot on the Panda, hookshot on the Pudge, they all might end up in a kill. But then again, Pudge is also very, like, tanky as such. I mean, 8 armor, still 700 HP. Unfortunately, he has no urn. Like, why did he get rid of the urn? I don't understand. I really don't understand why he got rid of the urn, because the urn charges were plenty, and with the urn he was healing up the entire team prior to that. Like, is the urn still on the courier? No, he actually sold it. He actually sold his urn. I don't understand.
I think what you do is you give your bottle to the Shadow Shaman and then hang on to the urn. Or even sell the bottle. I think the urn is a lot more important.
I mean, the bottle has the advantage, of course, that it brings mana along with it, but then again, he has a mana pool of 800 plus a call around, plus a certain mana, like I don't know, MPS improving auras, like for example here the Basilos aura, and I don't know, like, I just think those charges, may they be used negatively or positively, they are just more worth it. The only upside of a bottle is, of course, you can bottle runes, but then again, like, having those runes, then always the right rune for the right fight, I don't know, like, I would have preferred the urn, just for the fact that they are ahead in kills, they get a lot of kills. I mean, by now, for example, alone with that bottom engagement, he already would have had 4 charges, and right now, the Brewmaster desperately could need a charge, another charge on the Mirana, and we would have had like a full HP team, and they could continue. With this standing, with this item or the urn being sold, they actually have to be careful. Really careful, because the mech is the only HPS region they have right now. Nothing else can restore HP unless you talk about really your own HPS.
Yep, I don't know. Keeper of Light is getting fairly close to that. Aghanim Scepter, only 650 gold off of that. And once they do have that, they will have that extra amount of sustain through the team fights. Although it is nighttime now, so they wouldn't have that for this push. Well, actually, it is coming back online in 10 seconds if he did have that, but they don't. Still waiting probably for another one fight.
Yeah. What? We are sponsored by Fisher Price. What the hell? How did that came up? Oh wait, there's a lot of chat
Potato
here.
Computers, yeah.
Yeah, I have more nice drawings for people watching your stream, Hefla. Oh, nice, RCG. I didn't even read the chat there, like, sorry. But how many hamsters does his PC run on? Told you, we need to keep using it. Responded by Fisher Price. What? We can destroy what we have written, but cannot unwrite it. Okay. But it's nice that they communicate with us as well here, even though we are on a delay, so by the time they hear us talking, like, it's all gone. But of course, if the viewer is not reconnecting in time, then they even hear us talking about them. So I have, now that I know that, like, at least one of them is watching the stream, I gotta be careful what I say. Because I blamed the Clockwork for Tinker's bad farm because he took him camps away when he was 150 gold away from the BOTs. Now, since he's the Captain Falcon and Maple is just the hated Canadian here, then maybe I caused some internal confusion, stress. I don't know. Maybe I seeded something and they disband tomorrow. Who knows?
Who knows? I don't know, right now we just have incessant pings. All of the structures inside the Dire base have been pinged.
There's a lot of pings coming out and... Oh, Jesus, please don't spam ping. Thanks.
Well, it looks like the little shields that happen when you ping don't go away when you're paused.
Yep, they don't. That's why it looks so funny. His hamster died. I'm just talking. I'm just looking at the chat at the moment. A lot of people are worried. Yes, there have been Steam problems. That's why Dota 2 launch, Dota 2 Best YOLO, etc. The betting sites where you can see our games, etc. They are down at the moment. So just be patient, guys. Like, they will be online, but in general, guys, remember we don't have to do anything with the betting sites. The betting sites are just using our streams, so you can watch the games you're betting on. That's pretty much it. But don't ask me too many questions, and I asked you please to not use caps all the time. No, that's enough. Oi, oi, oi. Report for language, he says here in our chat in-game. I'm tired of looking at my low HP allies. Please kill them or buy headdress. Okay. Grandis, you're still alive, or you reading
I
chat
am
as well?
still alive. Just enjoying the wonderful chat that's been going on.
I mean, like, usually I'm usually just timing out people. I'm actually not banning people unless they're really stupid and toxic or destroying chat or racist or whatsoever. But like, I don't know, I asked twice not to use caps, and then 3 lines later he's still using caps. Then yeah, he has to learn the hard way. He's done for 600 seconds.
Well, I guess we can take this time to look at the very expensive careers on both sides. NFD have a Platinum Baby Roshan that's not cursed, that has the Midas Gold effect. So you had to destroy a Golden Baby Roshan for that one, or maybe they took the curse tag off of it. I don't know. Either way, very expensive. And on the Radiant side, we do have a Sing Sing Courier that's unusual with a Dungeon Doom effect. I don't know.
I definitely
Somebody
like
spends
it.
a lot on
By the way,
in-game
did you?
cosmetics.
I don't know if you did even notice, but the Shadow Shaman has like this inscribed lamb to the slaughter, and it actually transforms the hex into like this goat. It looks pretty hilarious. On Roshan, we had that one big example. I don't know if you paid attention, but it looks quite hilarious, to be honest. I like this
the
one.
Shadow Shaman last game had it too, so you've been seeing a lot of those sheeps.
Yep, a lot of sheeps, but oh, look what it is! It is a reconnected Weaver. I can't even believe it. And they're saying G, Miyago saying K. When no one is looking, GG is coming out, but not the double G, just the G for ready. And 23 minutes, 50 seconds. The ward still stand. Just to remind you guys where we are at 2 down for NFD, and now it continued. The Shadow Shaman at the moment tanking up a lot of tower, and there's the buyback on the Weaver. And I don't think FNF is gonna keep on pushing here. At least not past the tier 3 tower. Yep, that's enough. Like, they have 2 low HP, no urn. For some reason they sold it, and yeah, that's back. But still, like, 2 easy pickoffs, and yeah, they managed at least to get the tier 3 tower. Talking about getting high ground, this was the first step to be made.
Yeah, and that's going to stop Weaver's item progression by quite a bit. He's going to pick himself up a Mithril Hammer. I'm assuming this is a Desolator. I don't know, could be a BKB. I'm not sure I really like either of those choices. He needs to. Really needs his Lincoln Spear Desolator or BKB Desolator before he can really come online and stay alive in these team fights.
Yep, and Pudge really wants Tinker, but Tinker is already TPing out. Let's see if he actually waits for him here the next time. It's daytime, and the way Exiled stands at the moment, they can actually see him, I think. But either way, the Mirana is going for a Manta, actually finishing that Manta. That gives them 2 nice things, obviously. I mean, the Mirana with a Manta, you can get out of the silence from the, Skywrath Mage. then of course with the illusions you can push a bit more, you can send them on the towers and on the racks, and maybe even like if you use the Manta correctly in the right position, you can even get with Cox out of it. Now we have a recall on the Mirana. This recall is here into the bottom lane where the Cuddle is already pushing, but the Weaver, that's a bad position to be on. Oh, look at this, everything doing damage, and he's getting into the arrow. One hit. Oh, there's the time lapse. He actually survives this one. No vision on them. That is of course bad. But time lapse. I say. Glimpse is coming
back.
out.
Yeah,
So
they're
dead.
going to be able to blow up the Mirana. Not a lot that she can do there. Tried to disjoint it, possibly with the Manta Style, but you can't disjoint a Glimpse by anything but BKB. Yeah. So it turns a very scary moment for the Weaver into a good pickoff for NFT.
Yep, from a close death on the Weaver to a very, very safe death on a Mirana. That's of course a bad turn of events here, and that also means the going high ground mission has to be delayed. At least till the Mirana is coming back. That's another 30 seconds, but till then they still have of course Exiled who can like go for a surprise hook. Like this one. He gets the Weaver. But Chikuchi away and no vision. No vision.
Yep. Oh, Hook! He lands on a creep, but he's going to be able to force staff forward. He actually bounces the Pudge outside of the cogs. Glimpse back on the Shadow Shaman, I believe, after he blinks. So, in the end, nothing happened in the middle lane. I don't know. Keeper of Light has managed to pick up his Ags. It was an item that inside the patch notes was highly anticipated, but one that we haven't seen a lot. But will give them an insane amount of sustain inside these pushes, and will make going high ground a lot easier a task, especially now that they have the Mirana back in with that recall.
Yep, absolutely. Mirana is just back with the recall. That's the fastest way to get to fight here, and I don't know, let's see. I mean, Poch is still looking for them hooks, and if he gets one, that is of course bad, because we have several heroes not having a buyback. Tinker, for example, not having a buyback, still on cooldown, is Miyago, and like the supports all far away, except for the Skyroth Mage, but all the others, they just don't have the gold for it. So now, look at it. There's the arrow flying the hook, but in the end it is slow siege. Range tracks going down.
I don't like the ward position. It was only in range for the ranged barracks, but they'll be able to secure that one at least. Now that I look at it, I think the reason why Pudge hanged on to this bottle was so that he could TP back to base and be recalled into the fights to have a full bottle of regen. I don't know. Not sure if that changes anybody's opinions.
Oh,
but for now, Shadow Shaman, he's caught inside the Martian Machines and gets bursted down by the Tinker. Arrow to Fly going to land Disruptor. They pull him back in with the hook, and now Melee Barracks going to be under a bit of siege. Buyback from the Shadow Shaman. They're going to be able to bring him back into this fight with another recall coming in from the Keeper of the Light. And, well, that's your first range of Barracks down. Buyback from the Disruptor. They want to fight this one as best they can. Desolator finished by the Weaver. This is, I don't know, very risky for them to do. Neradnap is hanging around. They're going to be able to hook the Weaver. Time lapse is instantly out of it. They don't have the follow-up. Blink and clap on 3 with the Brewmaster split. He's going to be able to focus down the Disruptor very easily. Miyago does not have the time lapse available. Is Shikuchi away towards the north. On the backside of this fight, we do have Maple being devoured by the Pudge, but the Hook's going to be off the mark. Blink Hex is, however, not going to be so. And now they're going to shackle Maple in place as the Weaver's just chewing through the Shadow Shaman. And now the Pudge is also going to die. They get the Tinker with a blink in from the Brewmaster, and Miyago is in a bit of trouble here. He's going to be slowed down, but he doesn't care because he has Shikuchi. Captain Falcon has Mirana after the leap inside the cogs. You can't do much, but just look at that damage coming out from the Keeper of the Light. If that was daytime, Mirana would have lived and Miyago would have died.
That Weaver, it's just nuts, but either way, the Tinker also bought back. He tried to get the cuddle of the light, but the problem is, this Weaver, I don't know, he is the luckiest goddamn bug on this planet. Like, to be honest, like, he's resembling a bug just as it should be. Like, you just don't kill a cockroach, they survive everything, even a nuclear fallout. But let's see, Pudge is back, hooking, but this one is a blind one, and I don't know, the hookshot is ready. He has to be careful. He's slowed, but at the moment he's shielded by the creeps, but look at the angle, it's perfect.
That was an amazing hook, and the Desolator attacks a couple more ticks from the batteries. That will be enough to secure the kill on the Pudge.
This is the dieback. This is the dieback of the Pudge, so they're slowed down now. Yeah, quite a bit. This is 60 seconds down on the Pudge, which means, I mean, they achieved 1 Rex, yes, but they gave away Roshan with this. Like, now hooks are really needed because you can just fish someone out of this this Rosh pit easily. But with the Pudge suiciding there, going for this solo attempt in the enemy base, I don't know, Exile, he tried to be dandy here, I guess, but not so much dandy after all.
That's kind of cute. They trapped Roshan inside the cogs to make sure they couldn't auto-attack. I quite like that, but no, on the backlines, they're going to lose the Disruptor. He just bursted down too quickly. Now a double kill for the Brewmaster as the Clockwork also falls. Silence on the Shadow Shaman. Can't get the wards down on the ground for now. Another clap coming out from the Brewmaster, trying to chase down the Skywrath Mage. They're going to be able to get that kill as well. Maple is going to be mana leaked up. He's trying to get out of here. Hookshot from the Clockwork going to be disjointed by the split coming out from the Brewmaster. Now they're going to lose their Tigger as well. Leap forward from the Mirana, looking for an aggressive action onto this Clockwork. Will be able to chase him down. They need to cycle him up in the air. They will do so. Now they drop him back down, looking for the Boulder Toss. They're going to have the Boulder Toss. Do they have enough damage? However, the Fire Panda is going to die to the tower. Clap coming out with that Aghanim Scepter on the Brewmaster. Now looking for another one. He gets the clap off. BKB forced out, trying to avoid the damage, but the Weaver's just taking him down too much with the Desolator and just letting that Clockwork surviving on, I don't know, a hair of his life. Weaver looking for more. He gets killed in the Shadow Shaman as well. Disruptor.
I don't understand. Like, why diving so deep? No, Exile is in, not finding a hook here. I mean, they get maybe the Roshan in the meantime. The Mirana is really trying to, but they need someone who can tank it, like, really, really fast before the Clockwork is coming in. So now the mech healed him up, but unfortunately there's an arrow, and let's see if they're fast enough. Hookshot is ready in 2 seconds. They really need to finish this Roshan. I don't know, diving the tier 4 towers. It is just a bad idea. And now do we see a hookshot coming? This will be maybe the turn even of the game if they get it. No, Mirana actually managed it. There's a hookshot. All three in there. Leap out by the Mirana, but he can only do some damage. But Clockwork being stunned, and yeah, they might actually get him the punch. Full staff out here, so he's not in the entire thing, but of course Miyago is still there. Oh, the ultimate on him. The Coddle is getting out here. I can't even believe it, and the Weaver is going down. Now it's all about, oh my god, Skywrath Mage. Turn around, one more Arcane Bolt. Arcane Bolt. Both will die, but unfortunately, of course, one of them will respawn here in just a second.
What a clutch dismember coming out from Exile. The timing on that was just absolutely perfect. Another buyback coming out from the Weaver. Questionable. He's going to be able to push back this wave, and just anticipating that he'd need it, I think he can hang on to it for a little bit longer. I don't know, and now it's daytime. They're going to have the Keeper of Light regen when pushing up the high ground, and their problems with regen are not going to be there, as we saw in the last fight. Just a couple of moments where that would have been incredibly useful for them. But
we have Coddle and Exiled now here in the mid coming already, and it is tier 3 tower time. The problem is the timing is not very precise, because like all the heroes will be back. The Weaver bought back. Of course the buyback on the Weaver is pretty risky, just for the fact that now if he dies in that fight, that is bad news for NFD, so they really have to stall time.
Oh, going for it, Exiled. He's fishing, not going to find it. He gets silenced up. Now the Stack Storm on the ground. Kinetic Field not going to lock anybody in place. And well, the Brewmaster is BKB'd. He has the ultimate. He's going to go very deep into the enemy base, just trying to create as much havoc as possible and focusing down while they get the tier 3 towers. A good play coming out from the Brewmaster. He needs to back off with the Earth Ruling, however, with the Desolator as well as the Marching Machines affecting it. He needs to be careful, but the hook goes on to Miyago. He's going to be focused down. They're going to lose the Weaver. Die back on the Weaver. Exiled inside this ultimate from the Skywrath Mage, but he's just fine. 4-staffed away. They glimpse back the Skywrath Mage, and now blink forward by the Brewmaster. They're going to get another kill. 4-staff forward. Mirana looking for blood. Maple low. They're going to be able to get cogs in the Mirana. Excuse me, but Captain Falcon's just going to be forced back in the base.
Yep,
Barracks are down.
That time. Yes, the Range Rex is down. Meteorex is going to fall. With the Weaver dying there, getting hooked, that was pretty much the GG. And yes, it is coming out. NFD is actually losing to this draft, and despite all the funny and fancy plays we saw here, another triple hookshot in the cogs, but I don't know, despite all those fancy and plays and funny plays or troll plays or whatever you want to call them, they got their game through. Like the Potch really had influence, and oh god, he casted Dismember and we have the sound on stream, so I'll make this a really short intro. If you like what we do here, guys, then follow us on Twitch, on Facebook and Twitter. You always get the news, what's going on, which caster, which stream, what game, where you can bet, where you can see it, etc, etc. Like, really thanks for joining. If you missed a game or anything like that, then just go on YouTube. All the VODs, everything we do is there. So you see the Moobot is giving you the links, and we would appreciate if you just follow them. My name is HeflaTV, and with me was Grandis. We are offline till 12 CET in the morning. Then Coucher is coming online on HeflaTV 1 with the next game here of the JDL Season 3, and I will get my sleep, my well-deserved one. So good night, everybody. It was fun with you. Love you all.